a lot of tweets already on those. We're going to sift through them in a second, but you obviously feel strongly about what looks to me like a fairly valid story. And Laurie agrees with me. There does appear to be a lot of detail in it. We've got to make it clear Francis Benali has denied any part of any kind of fraud, in inverted commas. What's your view?
Well, my first view of it, Darren, is that basically I've been involved in betting for 20 years. I've been involved in betting in the spread betting business when this was trying to look at its peak. And it's a massive urban myth that I can always remember about people. Every footballer you meet says, I got involved in a kicking the ball out of situation. It's not true. It's not true. What happened with the spread betting business years ago is they opened up a market on how many seconds it would take for a ball to be kicked out of the field. Now, it was a fun market that would come up, when I can remember it vividly happening.
Your next question down camera one for you.
When we looked at the detail of all of this, myself and Laurie were agreed that there does appear to be a lot. How can he be making this up, basically? And a lot of people watching this show will probably be asking the same thing. All these people who say there's nothing in it, do they take us for idiots?
No, I tell you what it is, Dan. I mean, if you go onto any bookmaker's website and you try to back on who'll get the first corner or what time the first corner will be, you'll be restricted to £100. It's a fun market. You're not talking thousands. You're not talking. And I challenge anybody to go onto any bookmaker site now, deposit some money, and see how much your maximum get on bet. Your bet will be. Your maximum bet will be very, very small. If you back successful winners on that market, your account will be closed, or you'll be restricted to 15 quid. You cannot get money on these things.
But no, that's now, isn't it? That's now when
no, it was then. It was even worse so then, Darren. It was worse so then because the betting industry now is bigger than it was then. There's more chance. You just do not get money on this market. If you run a fruit and veg store and someone kept on buying apples off you for 10p and send them for 6p, you wouldn't speak. You sell them bought them for 6p and sell them for 10p. You wouldn't sell them to them.
Nigel, I don't disagree with that now. But when Ludwig was playing, was that the case then? Was betting
exactly
so tight?
Leroy, it was exactly the same. You couldn't get money on these markets. You could go into a betting shop now, or even then, you couldn't get thousands of pounds. You couldn't get hundreds of pounds. You couldn't get nothing. And what's happened is that when I think the journalist in question made a very point, he's met someone, but I think he should actually speak to someone who's in the industry and say, this is a valid point. Is this really true? And it annoys me, as someone who works in the betting industry, I see this every time. It brings our reputation, which we protect. I think people don't realise how clued up bookmakers are. If 5 people bet the same thing, it's cottoned on straight away and betting is suspended.